God, jeez. Alright, so, yeah, something's working here. Yes, it is going to be a very heavy scuff tonight. But, at least we're streaming. So, everybody, I just want to say, first off, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I hope that I can keep up with chat as best I can. Like I said, a lot of scuff issues, especially with how things are looking. But in the meantime, enjoy. We're going to be finishing up Raptor Boyfriend tonight. We'll be looking at if we're going into anything else afterwards, but let's wrap up the final chapter. Alright, episode 7, Goodbye Ladle. Here we go. After Robert's party, I remember feeling like time had slowed down. Me and Robert spent almost every minute together. We both knew that we only had so long together, so we wanted to make our time count. And to do that, I had a plan. No, so none of the plans have worked out before. Yeah, I know what I said before about plans, and it's true that they were, I was gonna say generally terrible. But then, deciding to have no plan was weirdly just another type of plan. I realized that making plans wasn't the problem. The problem was that my plans always involved me trying to be someone I'm not. It's fine to want to be better, or to try to put yourself out there, but I think I was being too hard on myself. I know I'm starting to sound like you, Doctor. Oh, right, the plan. Well, this one was simple. No, it was actually simple this time. The plan was to have a nice last day of school. Me, Day, and Taylor were hanging out in the halls in between first and second period. I was handling the whole moving away from Ladle thing pretty well. That's it. I'm not leaving. Stella. No, they can't make me. I guess they can't, but they close up for the summer. You might have to leave for, food and water, air conditioning, the necessities for survival. But Taylor... Oh. Hi, Skeet. Welcome to the chat. Sorry, I'm having a lot of scuff tonight, so I'm doing my best to read chat and be able to be a part of this. But thank you for stopping by. Very much appreciated. So, I'm gonna miss this school. The tiny chairs, the mysterious mold, the creepy rumors. I'm even going to miss my stinky locker. It still smells like Robert's sock, huh? Yep. I tried my best to scrub it and spray air freshener, but it's a stubborn stink. I just didn't want to leave. It just didn't want to leave. Just like me. But now I must leave it. I'm not sure I'm ready to say goodbye. I get that you're feeling nostalgic right now, but it's just a funky smelling locker. But it's my funky smelling locker. Yeah, Taylor. I knew I shouldn't have said anything. But for some reason I said it anyways. I'm sorry. You're right. It's just that everything's changing so fast. The highway expansion is almost here. There's a bunch of new kids being shown around for next year already, and I don't know. Ladle High already feels different. I guess I'm really going to miss it here. Yeah. No. You're not going to miss it at all? I don't know. Maybe. I'm just more excited about what's next. I'm tired of staring at the same old walls. Time for new walls to stare at. I just can't believe I graduated. I guess I'm better at this whole school thing than I thought. I was fully prepared to have to do summer school or something. You could do it anyway. Pick up a few extra credits just for funsies. That sounds like your kind of funsies, not mine. Oh, thank you for the thank you for the likes, you guys. It's very much appreciated. Very much. I hope everyone's having a wonderful time tonight. They're all just laughing. That's my best bell rings. Okay, I guess we should head to class. Yeah, I guess. What the? What are you three doing here? What? Going to class? No, no, no. You did not just say you were going to class. Tell me, you did not just say you were going to class. We didn't say it? We said, something else? That we were going for? Base? Good. Because today is National Skip Day. It's what? National Skip Day. It's the only best holiday like ever. Taylor, what is he talking about? It's the last day of school, basically. And because everyone's grades can't change, there aren't any consequences for skipping class. It's not only consequence free, it's accepted to skip. Actually, no, it's expected that you skip. Taylor, you knew this and you didn't tell them? I forgot, okay? Now that you mention it, that does explain why there was like nobody in first period. Yeah, we basically did nothing in English today. Mr. Garsanio just handed out a crossword puzzle. Exactly! So wait, why are you here then? Looking for you three! Oh. I mean, come on, it's Stella's last day here. I'm not about to let you waste it by actually going to class. Let's just get out of here. Skip class? Yes! Wow. I've never done that before. Me neither. Meanwhile, Taylor's missed like an entire semester. Alright. You know what? Let's do it. Nice, sticky fingers. I was a little worried there for a second. I had to walk here, and it's a lot farther than you'd think. I grabbed my stuff and said one last goodbye to the hallways of Ladle High. We piled in my truck and headed for the lake. When we got there, Robert went up to the biggest tree he could find and started doing something. He wouldn't tell us what. He said it was a surprise. There. Now, everyone will always know. Know what? That we were here, and we were glorious. Wow. Yeah. Right. It does just literally say, we were here, though. So how does anyone else know who we is? I mean, you know what I mean. Oh. I actually don't think it really matters. We know, and that's what counts, right? Totally. Nice save. Yeah. I couldn't help but think about my first day here. I can't believe it's barely been a year since I was here. Hanging out for the first time with all of you? I was so nervous. I don't think I ever told any of you this, but my detention story was a huge lie. Yeah, we know. Wait, really? Yeah, it was kinda obvious. Oh man, that's so embarrassing. Shit. I guess my whole "are you worthy" thing did kind of put you all on the spot, huh? Well, kinda? Yeah. My bad. But you were the first person to talk to me at school. Just the fact that you invited me to the lake was unbelievable to me. Really? Duh. You made probably one of the most memorable entrances I've ever seen. You skateboard in looking like all badass and did a prank on you? Well, yeah. But you were the class rep, and you were cool, and you wanted to hang out with me after school. Yeah, sounds like a better first impression than I made. What do you mean? The first thing you saw me do was fight with Ingrid. Actually, I saw you fighting with nobody. Sorry. What? Ingrid was invisible, so I kind of thought you were yelling at me. Right. Damn it. Definitely not my best moment. But you were so nice to me. You started my education on what constitutes a party. You helped me prepare for the lake. You made me feel like it was okay that I was some bumbling dork. And then I made you feel terrible. You still make us feel terrible, Taylor, just to talk to you. Just talking to you feels just terrible sometimes, honestly. Anyways, I should have felt terrible. I hit you with my car. You what? You barely nicked me. It was nothing. Nice stunt, Taylor. Way to tuck and roll. It wasn't some stunt. I still feel bad about it. But you just immediately tried to make me feel better by turning it into some joke. What was it again? I said I get hit all the time, and sometimes when it's a bad one, I have to turn the drivers into mulch. Wow, that's dark. You had to be there, I guess. Then you said you'd come back to the lake with me. That really helped me feel like I could do it, because you were there for me. You all made this year one of the best years of my life. It was pretty great, wasn't it? It had ups and downs. Yeah, it definitely had some moments, though. Yeah, like that time we pranked the hell out of you two. Yeah, it's not really a great prank phone call when the person you call knows it's you the whole time. You weren't there for when Stella called a serial hotline and said her name was Sydney. Cindy. Damn it. Whatever, it was really funny at the time. And we got Robert good too. You left yourself wide open for that one, dude. For someone who calls himself the Pranktor, you kinda got shown up. You got shown up by the queens of pranks. Nah. Yeah, you did. Okay, whatever. You totally got I totally got all of you with the Ladle Ripper prank. Especially Taylor. What? No, you didn't. Come on, you were horrified. Was not. Look, we were all on edge that night, and we all got a little spooked. Except for Taylor, who was a lot spooked. Nice one. Alright, fine. Maybe I was a bit freaked out. Just a bit, though. Taylor, you don't understand. You came alive that night. I saw a fire in you that screamed, I want to live. And the fact that I caused that fills me with pride. Well, Well, I'm happy that my terror did that for you. We all just stood there for a second with big smiles across our faces. Then Robert took in a big breath of air and exhaled like he'd just eaten a delicious meal. What was that about? Huh? Nothing. I'm just trying to take in this moment. Soon it's going to be gone. Soon the ladle I used to know will be gone. Damn. Yeah. Where did that come from? Hey, it can be deep, okay? No, it's true. The other day, I had a random family in a minivan ask me where the nearest supermarket was. They're shit out of luck. Yeah, but it just made me think. How long until they start building one? Who? The family in the van? What? No. Just they. I guess it couldn't always stay boring and old ladle forever. What about all the other cryptids in town? Are they okay with being found out or whatever? My mom's cool with it. She says she's sick of hiding. It's kind of weird. We have more in common than I thought we did. My family are sticking around, but they're a bit pissed. They like the seclusion, I guess. Yeah, I know a few people are thinking of leaving. Like Marty, the mud guy. He says he's not waiting around for an angry mob to show up. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for being scared, though. I mean, if anyone's different in this day and age, I'm concerned. Concerned big. It's kind of freaky having all these new people showing up. Wow. Yeah. Welcome to being an adult, I guess. I feel woefully unprepared. What do you mean? All the teachers said grade 12 is meant to prepare you for adult life, so be ready for a tough year. Yeah, right. This year was a joke. Right? Like when we had that group project? Oh yeah. We just kept putting it off and putting it off. Robert, I have to give it to you. You are amazing at finding ways to procrastinate. Hey, that wasn't all me, okay? No, we clearly were looking for a way out of actually doing work. But that way out was you constantly telling us some random story. Right? There was that one about how you swore you saw a UFO. I said I might have seen one. Might have. All I know is that there was an orb of light that moved in an unlikely flight trajectory. Are aliens really that strange in comparison? Yeah, are they? We're a Bigfoot, a fairy, and a velociraptor with a teenage girl here. In comparison to, you guys? Exactly. The point is, we goofed off that entire night and still managed to pass. Yup. Still the same old ladle high. We stayed there, reminiscing until it was time for me to go home and pack. Then, as much as I didn't want to admit it, it was time for us to say goodbye. I said goodbye to Day and Taylor first. I won't do it. Won't do what? I was going to make a joke about seeing you in another 5 years. But don't worry, I won't do it. Taylor! Stella? Taylor? No, but seriously. I'm gonna miss having my camp friend living down the street. Taylor. you made this year worth it. And all joking aside, whether or not it's in 5 years or 5 days, I'll just be glad to see you again. Me too. But for you. Hey. Hey. You know what's funny? What? I spent so much time thinking about leaving this town, but I suck at goodbyes. You came into this town and you made it brighter. Thank you, Stella. For what? For being my friend. No, thank you. My dorm room will always be open if you need a place to crash or just if you want to visit. I'd love to. Damn, are we really saying our goodbyes to everyone like this? So, Sticky Fingers, where do I even start? When you first met me, I was a mess. And you stuck with me. I didn't stick with you. I fell for you. Yeah, despite conventional wisdom. Shut up. But seriously, I was going through some stuff, and well, I guess I still am, but it just feels more clear. Like, whatever is going on in this raptor skull is only going on in there. I know that now. I guess I just want to thank you for being there for me. It would be terrible, but a part of me wants the game to end with him taking a just riffing into Stella. Straccia. That's weird. You're weird. Of course. You don't have to thank me. I wanted to be there. I know, but I want to thank you anyway. You just always made me feel better. Like when we first met, I was actually having kind of a bad day. But something about the way you treated me, it was like there was no pressure for me to be, cool or something. It actually took me a while to get used to. And when you dropped me off last after the lake, I couldn't help but ask to hug you. I just wanted to so badly for some reason. You did? Totally. And when we did that school project, then I found your magazines the next day. I know it sounds weird, but when I gave them back, our fingers touched, and it was like a shiver went down my spine. But like, in a good way. Oh my god, me too. Really? Are you kidding me? I was so into you. Believe me, we tried very hard to make sure that Stella was into Robert. We worked very hard throughout this entire game. That night when me and Day got drunk and I pranked you, I dreamt of you. You did? No? Come on, tell me. Oh, the underwear dream. Okay, but it's so embarrassing. Hey, it's me. I dreamt that you were in your underwear, surrounded by underwear, but you looked like that famous painting, Venus de Milo. I don't know if I read that correctly. Did I read that correctly? Was that the name of the painting? Or is that just like the name of the painting in this world? Because I don't think it's Milo. Wow, Stella. I'm flattered. I told you that it was embarrassing. Even the memories that are kind of painful, they're better because you were there. Like when you and Jess picked me up from snowboarding, you gave me that book on poetry, and that really meant a lot. Even if I couldn't admit that at the time. I wish I could stay just one more night with you. Me too. What are you gonna do? It's the last day of high school. Are you going to some rager? Nah. Me and Jess are just going to hang out and watch a movie or something. Wow. Yeah. I think I'm all partied out for the time being. Besides, it wouldn't be the same without you. Aw. None of it will be, Stella. Ladle won't be the same. You're gonna make me cry. Just promise me that when you get to the city, you'll continue to be the most rad and completely righteous girl there is. I'll try. And pull at least one more sick prank. I will. It's important for your health. Stop talking like we'll never see each other again. Only if you promise. I promise. Thank you. When will we see each other again? I don't know. Everything seems so up in the air right now. I know. You have my number though, right? Yeah. Just give me a call. I'll always answer. Should we say it? Should we just tell him it? We should just say it, shouldn't we? Yeah. We've been working this hard. We're just gonna say it. Yeah, we're gonna say it. I love you. I love you too. Aww. We held each other there for what seemed like hours. That was such a friendship. Love you too. I'm sorry. Yeah, a little bit. It sounded a little bit like there could have been a little bit more. I could have put more emotion into that, but I just read it that way, and I apologize. But eventually, we had to let go. Eventually, we had to say goodbye. As we left the lake, we decided to leave our own mark. So we carved our initials in the tree. We met up with the others by my truck, and then I gave them all a ride home. One last time. I knew the only thing left to do was go home and pack. But instead, I did one more lap around Ladle. I passed by the school, and I thought about how this year I wasn't scared to walk down the halls anymore. I didn't eat my lunches alone in the bathroom. I had friends. Goodbye, Ladle High. I passed by the lake, and I thought about all the firsts I had this year. First time getting drunk. First time having a sleepover without parent supervision. First time going to a real party. First time skipping class. First kiss. First. Goodbye, the lake. I looked in the rearview mirror and thought about how long ago last September felt like. I'm going to miss this town. I'm gonna miss giving everyone rides. I'm gonna miss driving on these roads. It all looked different. It felt different. As I looked in the mirror, I caught my own reflection. I was different. And not in the way that I was trying to force myself to be back at the beginning of the year either. I didn't become some outgoing, uber cool girl. I was still me. Still Stella. Just different. That's when I decided that I need a look to reflect that. So I stopped off at Sal's Convenience and bought some hair bleach and headed home. When I got there, I found myself staring at the TV, trying to pretend like it was any other day after school. "Don't worry, Danny. You'll get used to the big city. Says you," laughed Trek. Yeah, it didn't work. Tonight, on the season finale of Buddies. You're pregnant? Does this mean no more hanging out? Well, you know, things change. We can't always be spending all day drinking tea at the Central Quirk. Be sure to tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Don't miss it. Dad left me one last note. Hi, honey. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and what I said the other week came out wrong. I wanted to move so badly because I wanted to be able to spend more time with you. Being closer to work would help with that. But I didn't consider what you wanted. You've grown up so much. I didn't realize it isn't just all about father-daughter time anymore. You have your own friends and your own life. I should have realized how much Ladle means to you. I'm sorry. You're your own woman now, and I should let you make these decisions with me. I'm so proud of you. Love, Dad. I went to the answering machine for a second. There was that familiar feeling of excitement that I would get. I'd come home wondering who called, if maybe one of my friends left a message, but there were no messages left. Dad had canceled the phone plan yesterday. Watching him do it finally made the move feel real. We got no other collectibles. We got Squat. We got Diddley. I imagine these are for when you're actually romancing the other characters. I mean, it would make sense. Robert, Day, or Taylor. So, like, there's got to be something else. Or there's got to be, more to the story with them. I would imagine. I went to sit at the window to think. And there you were. Dad must have found you in one of my old boxes. Okay, wait. That feels like a terrible ending. What does? The ending that we're getting, or the one that's, with one of the other characters? I'm still really sorry about losing you in the move and totally forgetting about you all year. I was so excited to finally be able to tell you everything, but I had some business to take care of first. With the phone plan being canceled, I couldn't call anyone. The one I'm getting, there was no romance, and now she's home and no phone, so she can't even talk to her friends. Well, this is the 90s, Stracha. Not everyone has a cell phone. So I just laid there for a second, with the hair dye beside me, ready to do the most drastic thing to my hair I've ever done. Don't speak to me of the old words. I was there when they were written. Have you even seen that movie? Do you even get that reference? Just because you were alive for it? Then I realized something. I wasn't as scared as I thought I would be. And I thought maybe change isn't so bad. I took a deep breath and thought, this was it. I knew that if I went through with it, there would be no going back. Well, technically, if I waited long enough, it would grow back. But you know what I mean. Was I really ready to move on? Did I give myself enough time to say goodbye? I guess I think that's the only thing really left to do at this point. Go forward. Well, what do you think, Doctor? Alright. Well, I personally think I did a pretty good job for it being my first time. Apology accepted. Huh? Oh. Well, after I did my hair, I came up here to tell you all about, well, everything. Oh, we're finally caught back up to the present. I guess that's it. That's the whole story. Well, there's one last thing, Doctor. You know, the family that's moving in has a young daughter. I guess I thought maybe you could help her through her teenage years, like you helped me. Yeah, I think we should at least give that a chance. Well, I guess this is goodbye then. I hope she treats you with all of the respect that your doctorate has earned you. Be good to her and keep being the best listener in the biz. I'll miss you too. Goodbye. It's been a good year. Oh my god, that's it? That's it? That's it? That's the last chapter? I do feel like we're just a little bit... Yo... what the fuck? Strasha, I'm kind of feeling a little bit the same, honestly. Raptor boyfriend, high school romance. Yeah, I feel like we're just a little... Wait, hold on. Time out. 1 year later. You get an ass ending. I'm convinced there are better ones. There we are. Thanks for driving me. It's no problem. I mean it. It's really nice to have someone I trust to drive me. I love doing it. And besides, it's a nice excuse to see you. You don't mind waiting for me while I have my session? Not at all. I use the time to do work on my thesis in the cafeteria. I actually feel like I get some of the best work done there. The clinic is really calming. I know what you mean. So, Mrs. History Major, have you decided what you're going to do for your thesis paper? Yes, actually I have. I'm doing my thesis on cryptids throughout history. Really? Far out. Yeah. Cryptids have been around forever, but their contributions to society have been largely ignored in any historical context. I think it's important to collect their stories, you know? It could radically change how we look at our history. You seem really passionate about it. I am. The hard part is separating fact from myth, and the myth from fact, I guess. Did I ever tell you about Duke Emilio Raptorson? No. A great uncle of mine. He was a privateer for England, Portugal, and the Dutch. All three? Yeah, those are just the major ones. He pretty much sailed the seas and stole for whoever wanted to pay him. He was one salty dino. Tell me more. He invented the first pinball machine all the way back in 1678. What? It was the size of a tennis court and it took 5 men to operate. Robert. It's all true? I swear. Okay, sure. I can't just put it in my thesis without some kind of documents or historical evidence to back it up. Or at least a reliable source. Are you calling me unreliable? Not in the ways that matter. But yes, you are full of BS. That's the difference between us, Sticky Fingers. I'm interested in truths that are beyond facts and maps and old dusty books. Universal truths of poetry. Poetry is great and all, but sometimes you need a map. Or else you'd get lost. I know. That's why we make a great team. I wrote something for you. A poem? My life. Sometimes it's like looking down into the Earth's center, centering of your mind. Hold on, I'm trying to read this. I need to have. Okay. I'm gonna read this the best I can. The problem is the small font for me. Okay. My life. Sometimes it's like looking down into the center, the Earth's center. Centering of your mind, mindful. Other times, it's like soaring up into the atmosphere above the clouds, cloudy. Everything, every time, it's like catching your breath, breathing for the first time. Time spent with her beauty. All the time you wish you were there in her radiant light, light as a feather, feathery. Sorry, I really butchered reading that, and that's on me. Like I said, small font, very small box that I'm reading from. The therapist I'm working with has me incorporating writing into my treatment. A lot of poems, sometimes just random thoughts. It helps me to put things in the right places. The good things and the bad. So it's helping? Yes. Sometimes I kind of get taken over with an urge or mood. It still happens. But now I feel like I have some things I can do. Until it passes. That makes sense. Malice, welcome. Hey. Alright, I'm going through things as best I can with chat. We've got so many issues tonight. I'm doing my best, really. Promise I am. We're actually just catching the tail end of the Raptor boyfriend. Yes, I didn't throw Stella down the stairs, and I didn't let Robert fall down into the gorge. Oh, shush, Strasha. Stella, thanks for everything. For being so patient with me. You keep saying I'm being patient with you or waiting for you, but there's nothing to wait for. I'm with you. I've arrived. But you being in therapy doesn't mean that you're incomplete or something. As far as I can see, you're the happiest you've been since I've known you. Thanks, Stella. Stop thanking me, you big, beautiful dino. I don't know what else to say. You could say... I mean, it's completely unrelated, but... Come on, whatever you want, I'll say it. Well, it's more something that you should admit. What? Admit that I'm the queen of pranks. Never. Oh, come on. I got you last week. What, when you swapped the butter for margarine? That's barely a prank. It's subtle. That's why it was so diabolical. I love you. I love you too, Robert. Okay, there's our end. There it is. Also, I'm still kind of thrown by the fact when he does or doesn't wear shoes. Like when he was wearing like the fucking moccasins in the winter. But there we go. There's the end. And you know what? I liked it. Yeah, maybe it wasn't like the most, like, he didn't get nothing. Hey, all we care about is if you get something. I got something. We got something in the game. What you going on about, Strasha? What you going on about? Maybe it didn't look as risque as, you know, Hug That Gator was in that one couple scenes with Olivia. Oh, those were some good scenes. Anyways. But I'm going to try and have another game run after this. Oh, thanks for playing. Thanks for having the game for me. This is between 3 people? I mean, not bad. Not a bad game. It was fun. And as far as I can tell, there's still 2 other endings we haven't worked out. But I digress. We have finished Raptor Boyfriend. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been patient with me tonight. Like I said, I was trying to just make sure things could happen, but there were so many issues with stream originally. I was starting to worry that we weren't going to be able to do anything tonight. So, on that note, we are going to look at swapping over to something else. Maybe some Marvel Rivals, possibly some Arc. I'm not sure yet. I gotta see what I can do because my setup is done goofed. If it wasn't for the fact that I had made so many plans to stream tonight, like I posted on all the platforms, I posted on TikTok, I put it on Twitch stories, I posted on Twitter. I was trying to just spread word that, like, hey, like, I'm going to be going live and we're pushing for affiliate tonight. And, yeah, of course, in Strasha's Discord. But for some reason, my one monitor decided to give a crap out on me. So now I've got a very janky layout and setup. So hopefully we can still game on something. But I wanted to keep with my commitment of finishing this up for Valentine's Day. And yes, I get it. It's a day early. I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day or have a wonderful weekend. But with that, we will be back in just a moment while I pull up another game. And we will be continuing on with our next one as long as I can get this working. So, I will be right back. Thank you guys so far. Very much appreciate it. I will get this open as soon as I can.